Hey Divas, welcome and welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video. And I am so excited to be doing this video. This is my monthly budget setup. If you want to learn how to set up a monthly budget and you love cash stuffing, sinking funds, all of those things, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you like what you see, give your girl a thumbs up. And let's get into the monthly budget for the month of August. So today, Diva, we're gonna be working out of my workbook, the 90-day budget workbook, because sometimes your finances change like the seasons, and it sure does. And Divas, look, I wanna show you guys, I don't think I've showed you before, but now this workbook is available in color. Isn't it so pretty? I don't know why I didn't do it like this initially. If you're new here, I'll show you. I originally printed out with no color, and now it's available in color. So I will link it down below in my Amazon storefront. So I did July in the no color version, but I don't want to use that anymore. I want to use the one in color. So I'm going to do August in here. So I'm gonna move over all my sinking funds and all of that stuff when I do my sinking funds and savings challenge closeout for the month of July. I hadn't done that yet, but I wanna go ahead and start prepping for the month of August. So again, Divas, for those of you that are new, or if you're just learning how to set up a monthly budget, one of the first things I do is I like to set up my monthly spread, pretty much my monthly calendar. What do I have going on for the month? This planner is undated, so you can start this whenever you want. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the date, I'll put the month and the date, maybe some stickers. I don't believe budgeting has to be boring. I believe you can use stickers, creativity, whatever it brings you joy to make budgeting a little bit more exciting, okay? So I'm gonna use these date dots. I get a set of these every year from CONDREN when she does her sale. And because you know your girl always wants a deal. So we're gonna use August. This August it's not really given with the pink. I mean, I don't have to use August, but I mean that color. But I also like to use her monthly things right here. And this is the color for August. But my dates don't have to be yellow, okay? So it's fine, it's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead, decorate it, and then I'll be right back. Okay, all the dots are on here. Now for you, I would recommend that you can write your bills, you know, when they're due. So as you're going through the month, you can easily just flip back here. For me, I have so many bills that are due like on the 1st and on the 2nd that I just cannot write my bills on here. And as we go through the book, you'll see there'll be other places for me to write down my bills and when they're due. So for this sheet, I just put down days or dates where I'm going to be spending an additional amount of money, like on top of my bills. Like if there's a registration fee due, if I'm traveling, anything that's gonna cost me money aside from my bills, I put on this sheet, okay? Anything I wanna highlight. So for example, my kid's first day of school is August the 1st. So I may not be spending money that day, but I'm just highlighting that, right? This is about as much as I'm gonna do here. So just to recap, we have the first day of school for my kids is Thursday, August 3rd. Then the next day, my son has a football game. We have to drive to Tennessee. So I just put that, we're pretty much gonna be gone for the weekend for that. And the 4th just also happens to be my 12-year wedding anniversary. Then Beyonce gonna be in town, girl, on the 11th and 12th. So I do not have tickets. There's still opportunities for me to get tickets, but I'm gonna see. But I just want to put it down just to see. For this one, I might go to Mississippi for one day. I think I have something to do. I'm not sure if I'm going or not. Then my niece's birthday is the 25th. I was gonna go to New York to go to her sweet 16, but girl, as you can see, when we get into the budget, I have a lot going on and I just need to prioritize. And then on the 12th, I have the AKA brunch that I need to attend. So those are the major highlights that's gonna require me to spend money. And we'll get into a few more of big ticket items on the next page. Girl, she's just so much prettier in pink. Now, I just use stickers as often as I can because I try to avoid writing when and where I can. And plus, I'm on a mission to use as many stickers as I can. I have a ton of them, and I want to get rid of them. So any opportunity there is for me to use a sticker, girl, she would be used. Okay, this sheet is called the monthly snapshot. So on this sheet, I write down what my projected income is for the month, any major events or expenses I have this month, which is pretty much almost the same thing I just did on this page, okay? But I'm actually putting like dollar amounts to them. My monthly financial goals, and at the end of the month, I'm supposed to come back here and recap how I did for the month. So I'm gonna go in and fill this in, and then I'll come back and talk it through with you guys. Let me walk you through section by section what I just filled out. So projected income this month is $13,832. That is a decline from previous months. One of our sources of income is off. Something happened in the system, so we're working to get that corrected. So we're actually short about $600. So hopefully that'll get corrected by September's paycheck. So that's $13,832. This is guaranteed income. I don't include anything that we may receive sometime during the month, whether that's through trading or if I'm selling any of my products or anything like that. I just want to focus on the money that we know we're going to receive for sure. Next, we have major events this month. So this part of the book, again, is just to focus on things outside my normal bills. So I have my son's game trip. That's going to be about $1,000. I really hope I don't spend that much. I have my day trip to Mississippi. Like I said, I may or may not go. My niece's birthday, probably going to send her $200 for her birthday. I want to take this real estate course. I do have my license, but I need to take some continuing education classes. So that might cost me $200. And then I have some things I need to do for my business. You know, the holiday season is rapidly approaching, girl, and I just really want to get some things. I really have a lot of good products that I've been working on, and I want to launch those. So, you know, you got to invest in your business, right? So I'm about to spend about $500 or so this month on that. Next, my monthly financial goals. My goal this month is to pay off my Home Depot card. As the year is passing us by, I really set out to pay a lot more on my debt than I have. So starting August, I really want to hone in and focus and pay down these things. That's why, you know, Beyonce may not see me. Like, you know, I really have to pick and choose. Like, you know, me going to New York, I really have to pick and choose what's a priority. And I really want to end this year off much better than I started the year. So this is the time for me to get aggressive and take action. That's one of my goals. So not only do I love this book because it lets you write down your goals, but then the next step is to identify how you're gonna get it done, okay? So for me to pay off this bill, I'm going to use my weekly rollover. That's for my variable expenses. So food, gas, eating out, anything I don't spend, I'm gonna put towards my debt, okay? Then I'm going to budget an additional $50 per week, if not more, towards paying down the debt. So that'll be part of my weekly budget because I budget weekly. Next thing I want to do is complete my backyard. I already have landscaping up here. So some of the work I'm doing myself, so I just need to dedicate a weekend and knock it out. And then the other thing, sometimes, girl, I know we love DIY, but sometimes you have to just pay someone to get the work done. So I have my landscapers. I'm just going to pay them to kind of finish up some of the work so the backyard can be done for this phase, for this season. Last, I need to increase my income making skills, pretty much. Like, you know, me, you, I'm sure, so we need to increase our streams of income, and doing that sometimes requires you to invest in yourself. So like, again, me having my real estate license, just having it sit there is a waste. So taking the courses and getting current in that is important. So that is an investment. And like I said, at the end of the month, I will come back and recap to see how your girl did. Real quick, back up here, this is projected income. When I actually get paid, I'll come back and put the actual amount, because, you know, I just like to use whole numbers. So I'll put the actual $4,326.08, whatever it is, once the money actually hits my account, okay? Now we're off to the big thing, right? The monthly budget. So how are we gonna get this filled out to set us up for success for the month? So I'm just gonna go to my planner real quick. And I have a tab called Finances. And in here, I just have a couple of supplemental stuff, things to help me with the budget workbook. And if you didn't see my planner set up, Afterpay, girl, I'm gonna be very transparent. Your girl crushes Afterpay. I'm not saying that to brag. That's definitely not a good thing. I'm just saying that I use Afterpay and I use PayPal and for, because even though I may have the money to pay for it, I'm just like, girl, I can take 4 weeks to pay for this, no interest. I'm going to do it. So I got these worksheets from Fancy Plan Co. Okay, so I will link this down below, this worksheet in particular. And if you use my code Keisha10, you'll get 10% off anything you purchase in the shop. But you're able to write down the shop, you know, how much you owe, and then the dates the 4 payments are going to come out. So this is definitely a supplement to help me with my budget. Now, not for my monthly budget, but when I'm working on my weekly budget, I will come and reference it, okay? The ones highlighted in green, your girl paid in full. And I'm really trying to not use it as much. I'm trying to decrease from using those methods, but I'm here to be transparent. Your girl uses it. But this is a bill tracker worksheet that I created, and I showed you guys in a few videos ago, and I will link it down below. It's a free PDF. It comes in an 8x11, but I just printed it on this A5 size so that it can go in my planner, since I have a specific space for finances. So I put it in here with, you know, anything else that can help me on my budgeting journey. But you can print it out and just put it in the back of your book or in a folder or wherever you may want it. So I love this bill tracker because you can write down all your bills, your due dates, okay? But then the other thing I love about it is it's 3 months worth of payments, because my workbook is for 3 months, 90 days, okay? And the one thing I don't like about regular bill trackers is that they just have one column for your amount. But sometimes those amounts vary, you know what I mean? Sometimes you may pay more, you may pay less. You know, my water bill, light bill probably isn't always the same. So each month I can come in here and write down what the actual bill is going to be, all right? So I use this as a supplement so I don't forget when I'm filling this out. So again, this is linked in the description box below. Go ahead and print it out. It is absolutely free. So I like to budget in categories. You know, it's one thing to do a budget. I'm encouraging for you to do a budget if you've never done one. But if you can get down to the details, meaning really figuring out where you spend your money, and doing a categorized budget would definitely help you do that. So for housing, these are the things that most people have to pay if they rent or own a home. They have their mortgage, electricity, gas, water, maintenance, all the things. So I have a housing category, then a food category. Transportation could be your car note, gas, all other things, your debt, insurances, investments, if you have children, personal care, okay? Entertainment, subscription, miscellaneous, just to capture those things that may not fall within any of these other categories. And then right here, I just have a blank section that you can use whatever. Maybe you have a specific thing for your pet. Maybe you take care of your parents. Maybe there's something else. For me, I use this for business expenses, okay? So all I do is I have my bills here written out in front of me. I plug in the numbers, girl, okay? And at the end, I'm able to figure out how much I'm spending or projected to spend, how much I think I'm going to spend in the coming month versus how much I'm making, and see if the two is working out. Okay, because sometimes this gives me a clear indication. If you've been here for a while, sometimes my budget, I'm in the negative. Like I'm just trying to spend way more than I'm making. And hopefully that is not the case this time. So I'm gonna go ahead, fill in my numbers for the month of August, and then I'll be back and walk you guys through. Okay, so I filled in all my categories based upon my bills. All right, so we're gonna add everything up here and see what it's doing, girl. All right, divas. So let me just kind of walk you through. So my housing, my rent, my mortgage, electricity, gas, water, all those things comes up to $37.31. The reason this is higher than normal is because I've included the landscaping for $500 as part of my home, right? I could have put that in another category, but I just kept it in the housing. Food I have it broken out in groceries and eating out, so that's $760. I'm hoping to see a decline because my kids are gonna be back in school and will not be eating me out of house and home in August. Transportation, that's my car note, gas, insurance. I put everything into one category because I like to know how much does it cost me to run my car every month. So that's $1,611. Another reason this is high is because we need to get some work done on the truck, so I just put a $300 in there to cover that. Okay. Next is all my debt at $1,779. Yes, girl, this is a lot, which is why we need to start chipping away at it, okay? Insurances, that's my health, vision, dental, all the things come to $353. Next is my sinking fund savings challenges, any investments, $890. For my kids, they're going back to school, so I do have a sinking fund for them, which I could include in here, but I didn't. But when I do my weekly budgeting, I will. So I have about $191 left that I haven't spent at the time of this recording. So I'm figuring I might just add another $100 in case. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need it or not. Activities, I put $200 because I'm not really sure what I'm going to have to spend the first couple weeks of school. You know, they hit you up as soon as you walk through them doors, girl, okay? Lunch money, I do let my kids buy lunch once a week from school, plus if I have to buy anything. So I just want to have money for that. So I'm spending about $400 a month, $400 in August for them. Next, move to personal care. So clothing, this is for me and my husband. I'm trying not to buy anything this month, but I'm going to be realistic with myself. That's the one thing, guys, with the budget. Doesn't mean you have to quit buying a certain thing. You just need to do it within some sort of parameter. So if I were to put 0 here, that is not realistic to me. So 125 might be, because if I see something on sale, girl, I'm going to want to buy it. But if I know I have a budget, then, you know, it gives me some restraint. Beauty, hair, and nails, I have at $375. This month is high because my daughter is going back to school, like I said, so I need to redo her braids. And I did braids too back in the spring, and I'm just going to retouch it. If you know, you know, I'm just going to redo the front, a couple edges, and my back of my hair, girl. I'm trying to keep these braids at least until October if I can. Toiletry and nails. Oh, girl, get into these nails. Let me know what you think about them. I got the viral Amazon press-on nail, girls. They've changed my life. Look at this. I think I've done such a good job. I'm gonna put a picture right here. So I just wanted to have like nails that'll be good and girl. So point being is that right there is a come up for me. Not only do they look good, but that's the savings right there, girl, because you know, nails be 55 and up. And for those divas that be getting all of the things, you spend way more than that. So this is good for me, but I still need to get a pedicure. So that, at least for now, would be like my only nail expense, a pedicure. So anyway, I'm at $724. So again, typically this category wouldn't be that high, but because we're working with back to school. For entertainment, that's what I include. Like I said, I'm going away for my son's football game and my anniversary. Listen, my husband and I, we've been married 12 years, been together longer than that. I don't know. We don't do much because we're together every day. And he celebrates me every day. But I don't know, maybe we might eat. I don't know, girl. I just put $200 here. I don't even have a sinking fund for that because again, we just chillax. Like we did a lot of traveling this past season. So all of those things are celebratory things to me, okay? And then like I said, my niece's birthday, $200. So that's $1,400 for entertainment. Subscriptions, these are all my subscriptions. This is how many subscriptions I have. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 lines in here, and I have so many. I just have to put other. So I just added up all the other subscriptions, $40. So we're at $121. Miscellaneous is household items like paper towel, cleaning supplies, all the things. I might be doing a few home projects this month, like organizing my cabinet. Now the kids will be back in school. I can really like get my house together because the holiday season will be here in 5 minutes. My cell phone, I typically put under business, but I just left it here because it's already here. So $330. And my real estate course is $200. So that's $770. And then, like I said, this last section is blank. You could do whatever. So this is business. So we have a second property. So that's the mortgage, my Canva, Cricut subscriptions, internet, and the other expenses I talked to you about over here that I need to spend on my business month, $12.93, okay? Then we come here and all the categories are repeated for you right here. So all you're gonna do is write down the totals that we just went over. We have projected income, which I got from this page here. So I just plugged it in there. We add everything up. So my total expenses is $13,723. And that leaves me with $109 left over. Now I do give myself some grace because I kind of pad some of these numbers just to give me a buffer. Again, hope I'm not spending $1,000 on this trip, right? Beauty in here may not cost me $375. The kids, I may not spend any of this for the kids. I just like to have the money allocated should I need it. But again, I just always put a buffer. So that is how I do my monthly budget, okay? And the next step that we're not gonna do today, we're doing a separate video, is set up our first paycheck for the month of August, and we can go through that. So if you have never been here before, girl, I will love you to subscribe and join the channel, join the family so you can see all the things. And this is our monthly August setup. So let me know down in the comments below what you think, especially if you're new here, if this can work for you, if you have any questions. Again, this tracker will be linked down below and you can print it out any size you want. I just keep it at this size. So I can just put her right back into this section here. So again, thank you for staying to the end. If you enjoyed what you saw, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, leave your girl a comment, let me know what your thoughts. And I will see you in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Later.